Well, the Congress party has objected to the selection of a chief election commissioner when the law for appointment to post has been challenged in the Supreme Court. Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Congress party's Rahul Gandhi attended the meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah this evening to pick a successor to Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar, who retires tomorrow. But after the meeting, he submitted a dissent note saying that the meeting should not have been held since the matter is pending with the Supreme Court. Now, the top court is expected to hear the issue on the 22nd of February.
The leader of the opposition, Shri Rahul Gandhi, certainly participated at 5:30 p.m. What he said, what happened, what was discussed, etc., is not for me or you to speculate upon. He participated 100%, and what happened, etc., no, we don't know. We can't say anything. What happened, etc., you'll know within 24 or 48 hours. There's no point speculating about it. मैं समझता हूँ कि by removing or trying to keep the Chief Justice out of the appointment process as an independent entity, the government has made it clear they want only control but not credibility. And the most important thing for the EC is credibility. इसलिए कांग्रेस का स्टैंड बड़ा स्पष्ट था, आज कल भी था, आज भी है और आज रहेगा ये स्टैंड जो आपके सामने व्यक्त कर रहे हैं कि दो चीजें बड़ी सरल करनी है. आपको सिर्फ सरल चीज ये करनी है कि इस मीटिंग को जो आज शाम को 5:30 लगभग हुई उसको स्थगित करें. कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं, आप स्थगित कर रहे हैं 2 हफ्ते 3 हफ्ते की, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. और दूसरा, हर स्टेक होल्डर कांग्रेस शामिल आपका समर्थन करेगी कि आप छोटी सी 2 लाइन की ओरल याचिका या लिखित याचिका दें उच्चतम न्यायालय को.
Well, the Congress party has distanced itself from senior leader Sam Pitroda's comment that China is not our enemy. Now, this remark has caused the BJP to attack the Congress party. BJP has reacted sharply to this, saying that Pitroda's comments expose the Congress party's mindset, while the Congress party has distanced itself from Pitroda's comments.
To assume that China is the enemy from day one, it's just not fair, not just to China, but to anybody.
The Congress's overseas chief and close confidant of the Gandhi family, Sam Pitroda, stirring yet another row, this time over China. BJP leaders slammed Pitroda for his "China is not our enemy" remark.
I don't know what is the threat from China. I think there is always this thing blown out of, at times, proportion, because US has the habit of defining an enemy. I think time has come for all of us to really network nations.
ओवरसीज कांग्रेस के प्रेसिडेंट सैम पित्रोदा, जो कांग्रेस के आइडियोलॉजिकल थिंक टैंक के प्रतीक माने जाते हैं, उन्होंने आज चाइना को लेकर जिस प्रकार का बयान दिया है, उससे यह बात बहुत साफ हो गई है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के चीन के साथ हुए करार का इजहार सैम पित्रोदा ने दिन दहाड़े कर दिया है.
The BJP maintains that Pitroda's comment wasn't made in isolation and is indicative of a larger Congress conspiracy. In the past, Rahul Gandhi has blown both hot and cold over China. On national security, Rahul pitches China as an aggressor that the Modi government fails to tame.
China is sitting on 4,000 square kilometers of our land.
But when it comes to the economy, the Congress believes China has lessons to offer.
The reason China is inside our territory is important. The fact of the matter is that China has an industrial system that is far stronger, far bigger than our industrial system. And that is why they have the guts to come inside this country.
The Congress has also pointed out what it terms the government's double standards. China is India's 4th largest trade partner in terms of exports.
इसी भाव और इसी विचार के अनेक स्टेटमेंट राहुल गांधी पहले दे चुके हैं. भारत सरकार प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में विश्व के हर देश के साथ अच्छे और सौहार्दपूर्ण संबंध चाहती है, परंतु वो राष्ट्रीय स्वाभिमान, सुरक्षा और सुदृढ़ता को बनाए रखते हुए.
तो जिस देश का प्रधानमंत्री, जिस देश का विदेश मंत्री, जिस देश के साथ हमारा ट्रेड है, सबसे ज़्यादा ट्रेड अगर किसी देश के साथ हमारा है तो चीन से है. सारी सारा व्यापार उनके साथ है। तो अगर सैम पित्रोडा ने ये कह दिया कि अगर हमको उसको दुश्मन नहीं मानना चाहिए, तो मेरा ख्याल है भारत सरकार भी उसको अपना दुश्मन नहीं मानती।
It's not the first time that Sam Pitroda has put the Congress party in an embarrassing position and making them run for cover. In fact, this time round, he's contradicting the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, and his remarks that he has made both inside and outside Parliament about the real threat of China. With Bureau Input, Sunil Prabhu, NDTV.
Meanwhile, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has come under some criticism for using what seems like banned Chinese drones to attack the Indian government over its policies on unmanned aerial vehicles. The leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, has released a video questioning Indian government's policies on drone technology, but this has sparked massive outrage from industry experts who have argued that his remarks have unfairly undermined India's growing drone sector. President of Drone Federation of India, Smith Shah, has criticized Rahul Gandhi for suggesting that India lacks a strong foundation in drone technology. In fact, Shah also highlighted that 400 Indian companies have been working very hard to develop the industry despite challenges.
इंडिया में अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 400 से ज़्यादा कंपनीज है जो अलग अलग टाइप के ड्रोन्स बना रही है। इनफैक्ट यही नहीं, इंडिया में 50 से ज़्यादा ड्रोन कंपोनेंट कंपनीज भी है जो बैटरीज, मोटर, प्रोपेलर, फ्लाइट कंट्रोलर, GNSS और ऐसे अलग अलग टाइप के बहुत सारे कंपोनेंट्स बनाते हैं। ऐसे वक्त पर एक ब्लैंकेट तरीके से बस ये कहना कि इंडियन इकोसिस्टम में ड्रोन पार्ट्स की बनाने की कोई अंडरस्टैंडिंग ही नहीं है, ये बहुत ही एक अजीब सा स्टेटमेंट है जो पूरी इंडियन इकोसिस्टम के लिए डिमोटिवेटिंग। मैं बस ये कहना चाहूँगा कि ऐसे उदाहरण देते वक्त एक चाइनीज ड्रोन को हाथ में पकड़ के, जिसका बाय द वे इंपोर्ट भी बैंड है, पता नहीं क्या वो रजिस्टर्ड है भी या नहीं, और ऐसे वीडियो में जहां वो एक ड्रोन को उड़ाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, क्या उनके पास ड्रोन पायलट सर्टिफिकेट है, और ऐसा वीडियो जो शायद लगता है कि दिल्ली में शूट किया गया है, जो एक रेड जोन है, वहाँ पे क्या मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ सिविल एविएशन या मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स की कोई परमिशंस भी ली गई है?
Also, a fresh controversy is brewing over the move by US government's cost-cutting team, Dodge, cancelling a slew of US aid projects, including a $21 million taxpayer-funded grant, meaning to influence what people are calling as voter turnout in India. Now, this has sparked a major political controversy, with BJP alleging election manipulation by the Congress party in 2012 and Congress party rebutting those claims.
There are many forces around the world and within India that are inimical to and are opposed to India's rise and transformation. And this expose that US aid was in turn financing to the extent of crores of rupees certain organizations in India to ostensibly for voter turnout leads to this conclusion that these forces within India that have been creating unrest and undermining India's democracy in India and abroad have been supported and aided by forces outside of India.
The BJP doubling down on the foreign interference claim, targeting the Congress. The controversy started with Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency's claim about grants for voter turnout in India via US aid amounting to $21 million, which Musk has now scrapped. The BJP jumped on the claim, declaring it confirms allegations of external interference in Indian elections. The Congress sought to rubbish the charge, with Pawan Kheda pointing out that it was the Congress that was in power during the said period in 2011-12, and why would the party seek foreign interference to weaken its own political chances? Kheda was responding to the BJP's Amit Malviya, who dubbed Musk's claim as proof on external interference in India's electoral process. The Congress also sought an investigation into the claims.
देखिए, कोई भी ऐसी बात है तो उसकी छानबीन हो सकती है, उसकी जांच हो सकती है, क्योंकि आज तो 11 साल से नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार है, भाजपा की सरकार है। अगर कोई ऐसी बात हुई तो उसको जांच करके उसको सामने लाए, जनता के सामने लाए, देश के सामने लाए। जब तक उसकी जांच ना हो जाए, जब तक सबूत ना मिल जाए, किसी के ऊपर इस तरह का आरोप लगाना ठीक नहीं है।
The BJP's claims were separately and emphatically refuted by former Chief Election Commissioner S.Y. Qureshi, who headed the poll panel between 2010 and 2012. He said the Dodge claim that funds were used for voter turnout were baseless. He explained that in 2012 there was an MOU with the International Foundation for Electoral Systems to train resources ahead of elections, but there was no mention of any funds. Taking the attack a notch higher, the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council member Sanjeev Sanyal sought to know who in India had received the $21 million funds. He also called the USAID agency the biggest scam in human history. Under fire from the opposition over the Kumbh tragedy and now the Delhi stampede, the ruling BJP has got fresh ammunition to amp up the attack on the opposition with the new dodge claims, and the fiery face-off is likely to continue in the days to come. An NDTV Bureau report.
Victory feels like.
Moving on, nearly 10 days since the result day, Delhi has finally got a date for the new government formation. The oath-taking ceremony is all set to take place on the 20th of February, but there's no clarity, there's no word yet on who the next Chief Minister of Delhi is going to be.
Nine days on, and Delhi is still without a Chief Minister. This even as the date for the oath-taking ceremony has been set. As per sources, Delhi's next Chief Minister will take oath on February 20th at 4:30 p.m. BJP is picking a Chief Minister for the capital after nearly 3 decades. The party is expected to hold a crucial legislative party meeting on Wednesday, where the decision on the CM's name is to be finalized. Speculation mills are abuzz. Parvesh Verma, the BJP's giant slayer, Delhi BJP Chief Satish Upadhyay, and senior leader Vijendra Gupta's name are doing the rounds. Meanwhile, sources indicate that the BJP may even opt for a woman chief minister. Among the party's newly elected MLAs, 4 are women: Neelam Pahalwan, Rekha Gupta, Poonam Sharma, and Shikha Roy.
10 दिन बीत गए हैं। आज ये बिल्कुल साबित हो गया है दिल्ली वालों के सामने कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास मुख्यमंत्री का कोई भी चेहरा नहीं है।
आप अकेले एक ऐसा उदाहरण हैं जो कुर्सी पर रहकर भी सीएम नहीं बनी। 5 महीने तुम्हारा मुख्यमंत्री जेल में रहा, उस समय दिल्ली को बताया था कौन है मुख्यमंत्री।
Meanwhile, political sparring continues over the Yamuna cleanup drive. As promised, Prime Minister in his victory speech, the process officially began on Sunday, led by LG Vinay Saxena.
देखिए, यमुना में साफ सफाई हो इसका वादा तो खुद अरविंद केजरीवाल ने किया था, उन्होंने नहीं किया। लेकिन हम लोगों का जो कमिटमेंट है लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर साहब ने उसमें काम शुरू करा दिया है।
मैं तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी से यही पूछना चाहूंगी कि वो तय कर ले कि वो सरकार चला रहे हैं या नहीं चला रहे हैं। जब यमुना में कोई मशीन उतरती है तो कहते हैं नहीं नहीं नहीं, बीजेपी चला रही है सरकार।
After a high-octane campaign and clear results, Delhi is waiting for its new CM. As of now, the BJP is keeping its cards close to the chest. With Malvika Murali, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Well, a low-intensity blast has been registered from Batala in Punjab. The blast happened in Remal village on Dera Baba Nanak Road. According to police sources, it was a low-intensity blast and there was no damage, and that police is still investigating this incident, and this happened right outside the house of a policeman in Gurdaspur, Punjab. This blast took place in Remal village of Dera Baba Nanak Road in Batala, and this Batala comes under Gurdaspur jurisdiction. This time the blast was not carried out in any police post but close to the house of a policeman, and it's a low intensity blast. My colleague Gurpreet has more details on this.
We have seen the CCTV footage has already been taken by the police, and now they are trying to take more evidence into this case. As of now, in the preliminary investigation, they feel it is possible that multiple angles investigation is required to be probed in this case. One side, they feel it seems that there could be some a gangster or a gang war behind this blast which has been taken place. And at the same time, at this point of time, they are not disclosing much about the cops' residence because that is the security reason. They are saying they are trying to get all the information from the other sources to understand. From this CCTV camera footage, they have also called the forensic expert to examine because it is low intensity blast, whether they somebody had thrown that blast there to just give a threat to the police officer or not. That is the part of investigation which is being carried out by the Punjab police at this point of time. Back to studio.
Prime Minister Modi went to the airport to receive the Emir of Qatar. The Qatar Emir is on a 2-day visit to India and he's already met the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. He'll also be having his bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi tomorrow, and he's also scheduled to meet President of India, Draupadi Murmu. The External Affairs Minister has already held talks with the Emir of Qatar tonight.
If we come to the business aspect and trade ties is concerned, Qatar also happens to be our largest importer when it comes to the energy needs, because 70% of our energy needs India has to import from other countries, and Qatar is one of the leading countries in West Asia. Besides that, we know that how Qatar and India's relations have grown in the last 5 to 10 years since Prime Minister Modi came to power. Emir of Qatar is on his third visit to India. He visited a second visit to India. He visited in 2015 in the first term of Prime Minister Modi. Even in this term of Prime Minister Modi, External Affairs Minister has visited Qatar thrice. On 2 occasions. Last year in January for Doha dialogues, he was there in Qatar, and there are multiple issues besides those bilateral talks about trade ties, investment, energy needs, because India is also looking to diversify its energy needs. That is why this relation and this visit is very important. But besides that, if you really see the geopolitical situation in West Asia, we know that what kind of influence Qatar wields in that entire region. It has good relations with Iran. It has offices of Hamas as well as other organizations which are proscribed or banned in other countries by United States. And Qatar also is an important member of the Gulf Cooperation Council. And if India manages to develop such relations with Qatar, then certainly it can influence the views and ideas of GCC as well. Qatar also has good relations with Iran, which is not in good books with Mr. Trump, who has just been elected as the new president of the United States. So considering the geopolitical tensions, it has also managed to get those arrange ceasefire in Gaza. So these are the aspects of this visit that India will try to capitalize, strengthen its bond when it comes to trade ties, investment and all, but also ensure a reliable partner in West Asia, as Qatar is one of them.
Moving on, latest in the case against YouTubers featured in India's Scott Layton show, a fresh FIR has now been filed against YouTubers in Jaipur. The complainant in this case in the FIR has said that the culprits have worked to harm the moral values in society through obscene content. Maharashtra police, meanwhile, is pushing for statements from both Ranveer Alavadia and Samay Raina. Remember, the comment by Ranveer Alavadia had snowballed into a major controversy, and the show's main anchor and host is Samay Raina. Maharashtra cops have summoned Samay Raina to record his statement, while Ranveer Alavadia has been summoned on the 24th of February. Meanwhile, Supreme Court is likely to take up Ranveer Alavadia's plea against multiple FIRs on Tuesday. Now to Assam, where history was scripted today for the first time. A session of the Legislative Assembly held outside Guwahati, with Kokrajhar hosting the inaugural sitting of the budget session.
Kokrajhar, the headquarters of the Bodoland Territorial Region or BTR of Assam. Once a hotbed of insurgency and ethnic unrest, has seen peace returning to the region. On Monday, the Bodoland Territorial Council hosted the assembly for a first ever session outside its permanent seat at Guwahati, a feat even lauded by Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
It is a great day and a historical day for Assam, and we'll discuss about the economic and socio-economic and all-round development of the 6 scheduled areas. It is very significant, and this will give a great message to the entire people of Assam and entire people of India.
This is first time in India कि हम लोग एक साथ मिलके कोई आउट स्टेशन में कोई एक कॉर्पोरेट इसमें आपका BTC में हम लोग जा रहा है. देखिए हर कोई भी प्रेस करेगा.
This one-day session at Kokrajhar symbolizes the return of peace in the state and integration of all people. A key agenda of the sitting at Kokrajhar was strengthening the administration of 6 scheduled areas in Assam, like the Bodoland Territorial Council. With Ratnadeep Chaudhary, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Well, at Mahakumbh in Prayagraj, in the Festival of Faith, there's also the first ever Faith and Climate Conclave, UP government's initiative to save nature. It's a conclave that was inaugurated by UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, and it has over 30 speakers, 1,000 participants, a unique confluence of both faith and nature.
Mahakumbh, the world's largest spiritual gathering where millions gather for a holy dip to attain salvation. The UP government hosted the first ever conclave on faith and climate change.
At Kumbh, where millions of people gather in devotion, religious leaders and environmental experts have gathered here for a pressing concern, that is climate change. Nature and spirituality are intertwined. That was the message to the society. So they talked about the solutions for sustainable lifestyle.
Inaugurated by UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and supported by environment research organisation iForest, the Faith of Kumbh and Climate Change saw over 1,000 participants and 30 speakers. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath highlighted the profound and deep-rooted connection India has always had with the environment.
हमारी अविरल इस धरती माता की धमनियों के रूप में जिन नदियों को कार्य करना चाहिए था, वे सूखती जा रही हैं। सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक को पूरी तरह बैन किया गया। एलपीजी के 10 करोड़ से अधिक कनेक्शन फ्री में उपलब्ध कराए।
Well, that's breaking news for you. There's an appointment of the new CEC, Chief Election Commissioner. Gyanesh Kumar, who's now the Election Commissioner, has been appointed the new CEC, a Kerala cadre officer who was expected to be appointed as new CEC, has now been appointed to that post. And this is after the first meeting of the select panel of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah and Opposition Leader Rahul Gandhi was held today. Remember, the Congress party has already had sought the postponement of this meeting, saying that this case is with Supreme Court and government should have waited. But Gyanesh Kumar appointed the new CEC. My colleague Sunil Prabhu joins us with more details on this. Sunil, before you tell us who Gyanesh Kumar is, tell us what happened today and the significance of this meeting that took place today, and of course the appointment of the new CEC.
Well, as you rightly pointed out, the Election Commissioner, Mr. Gyanesh Kumar, has been appointed the Chief Election Commissioner. He is the first Chief Election Commissioner to be appointed under the new law on the appointment of Election Commissioners. This comes after a select committee meeting of the Prime Minister, the Home Minister and the Leader of Opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, were present. Rahul Gandhi put his point across as the Leader of Opposition and the Congress Party's position, which is very clear in terms of the fact that they wanted this entire process to be postponed, as the Supreme Court is at present hearing a matter where the Chief Election Commissioner should be appointed by the Prime Minister, the Chief Justice of India, as well as the Leader of Opposition, to give that neutrality, to conduct a free and fair election. But having said that, that process has now been, after due deliberations, the government had sought legal opinion. And since the stay had been requested, the Supreme Court had not given the stay. The legal opinion was to go ahead with the decision, and that is why the Prime Minister and Home Minister went ahead with the decision, despite Mr. Rahul Gandhi staying away from the entire process of the appointment. This being said, the fact is that now there will be a new election commissioner, and we are told by tomorrow the third election commissioner also will be announced by the President, because with the vacancy that has been created with Mr. Gyanesh Kumar being elevated as the Chief Election Commissioner, the third member will also who has been selected. The President will sign that letter and then he will be appointed as the next election commissioner.